You know how annoying it is that you can't buy the glow-in-the-dark Funko Pops? You just have to hope you get them. I didn't get one. So now we want to make Rumi stigmas glow, and that means we're going to have to do it ourselves. Apparently there's only a 1 in 6 chance that they'll send you a Chase glow-in-the-dark Funko Pop. I was not those 1 of 6. So we're going to make this glow ourselves. This is Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters. It's for my 6-year-old niece and she really wanted it because it glowed. So we're going to have to make this glow. Before we do that, she has this annoying stand that doesn't come off. We're going to make these little bits here glow and they're all over her body. But before we do that, we need to give her a wash just to get bits of stuff off. So we'll give her a quick bath. Not a proper bath, just a rub down in the sink. And now she's had some soap and water and been dried off, we can work out what we need to do. These bits here, the stigmas, they go from blue to lilac, or some of them go blue, lilac, blue, and the colours fade into each other like nicely and smoothly. So we're going to try and do that with gel polish. I'm a nail tech. I have another channel, Miss Jo's Nail Co, where I do all nail stuff. So I've got millions of brushes. And working on tiny little bits like this is my wheelhouse. So I'm taking 2 gel polish colours, just a teeny tiny bit, and I'm adding some clear, no wipe top coat to them. This is going to make the colours be like a jelly, so they're sheer. And then we can go over the stigmas to match the colours that they are. So we need to mix them together, and then we'll add some glow-in-the-dark powder, which I will put a link to in the description because you can get it on my Amazon storefront. So I think those colours match. We just need to add this magical powder, teeny tiny bit, because we don't want the consistency of the polish to be all gritty. And we don't want to mix it just with clear because it's a white powder. So it will make the stigmas that are on her already seem even more like pale. We want to brighten them up a bit. So we're going to try and match the colours and mix in a tiny bit of this glow-in-the-dark pigment. And I think I'm going to need to do 2 coats, but that's fine. So I'm taking this UV lamp, just a portable one, to flash cure as I go, by which I mean just give it 10 seconds in the light to hold it in place while we carry on doing the rest of them. So this is the real speed in which I'm painting this. I will speed bits up because I'm clearly painting quite slowly, and I'm going to put the blue on, and then I've got another brush, a second brush that I'll dip into the lilac, and then I'll add that and just blend them together, and they blend nicely because they're quite sheer. The camera does kind of jump in and out of focus, trying to focus all the time. Well, it gets better, but just so I know that. So if it annoys you at any point, please know that it's also really annoying me too. So I won't keep mentioning it, but it does get better. So I'm just blending these 2 colours together, following the lines, trying to stay right on the line. You don't want to go over the edge because you want the lines to be nice and crisp and sharp edges when they glow in the dark. So we'll do these 3 on the front, and then we will speed through the rest of them. But this is just to document how long it took. It didn't take too long and it was really enjoyable. Just fun sitting there painting tiny little details. But we will speed through the rest of it because otherwise we'd be here for days. However, it was super fun to do because it was easy, but sort of tricky because it's tiny, small areas, but not as small as nail art. So I was just having the best time. And now I want to make everything in the world glow in the dark. What other Funko Pops should I do? Should I just make all of my Funko Pops glow in the dark now? Okay, we're going to put this under the lamp for about 10 seconds, just so that the gel polish, it starts curing. So it's not going to move or smudge if I accidentally touch it whilst going through the rest of these. So sometimes on the ones that had blue and then purple, the ones that had blue, then purple, then blue, I was, after a couple, I decided to do both of the blue bits first, then add the purple in the middle, and then you just need to just sort of tickle the join between the colours, and because they're sheer they do blend really easily. and then sort of I ran my brush from the top to the bottom just to sort of drag all the colours together. So now we've done these three, we will whisk through the rest. I hope you enjoy watching it, and then we'll come back for stage 2 after we check out how well this glows after just one coat. But we do have to make sure that when we're curing, doing this bit here, move your palette with your colours on out the way and your brush. And I'm reminding you this because I forgot, and the colours cured, they went hard on the palette, and we don't want that. So let's get through the rest of this. So this is her face so far. You can see now that the stigmas are way more visible compared to the ones on her legs. You can see them a lot better, and I think I prefer it that way because they looked really faded, like you'd bought something new but it had faded already. And then this bit here, her head, it moves, but it still sticks out the same amount. So no matter which way I moved it, it was still in the way. So I had to squeeze my brush into her neck to get these bits here, which was a little bit fiddly, but fun fiddly. And if you go wrong, you can just wipe off and try again. So we'll carry on doing all the teeny tiny bits now. These bits were super tiny, so I'm using just the very tip of the brush with very little product. Don't put a lot of gel on because we're going to do a second coat anyway, so you don't need to worry about it being thick. But these bits were really, really tiny. Okay, the first coat is done. Now, all of them have been flash cured as we go, but we're going to put it in the big lamp and then we can have a look and see it glow in the dark. It's okay. It's not great. It's not super bright. The camera is blurry, but there are some patches where it's not really, really bright, and we want it really, really, really bright. So, like this bit here, on the big chunk there, you can see that it's a bit patchy in areas, but we don't want that. We want it super bright all over, everywhere. So we're going to do a second coat over everything we've just done. And now it's done. Second coat, done. This is what she looks like. I really love that you can see the stigmas more now than without doing anything. So we need to matte top over everything now. I'm going to pick between these two. You want to pick the matte that is the clearest, because mattes in general, they can be a bit misty and we don't want misty. So I think I went for this one, the Ball Pit Nails Anti-Chrome, because it's newer than the Madame Glam one I had. So it's got a bit, it's got a bit more misty in its old age. So we'll pop some of that on a palette, and then we'll make sure we're using a clean brush, and we're going to go over all the stigmas, trying to get not outside the lines, but not inside the lines, like directly on top of the outline that we did with the colours, so that there's no shiny bits poking through. So we're going to do that over everything. And here is a look. So this bit hasn't been topped, but if you wanted to top it with shiny, so they stayed shiny the whole time, you could do that. And these one have been topped with matte. There are some tiny little bits that still have a shine on them. You might catch them there and there. So I will have to go over those bits again with the matte. But I really like the way the matte really matches the rest of her. And now she is matted everywhere. Every single little thing has had matte, and it's had a full cure in the big UV lamp. And the blend, I'm really happy with the blend. I think it went really well. And again, I like how they're more vibrant than they were at the very beginning. But yeah, those blends, they're pretty good. I'm happy with that. And it is a bit raised because obviously we've got 3 layers of polish on there, but it makes it a bit more tactile. It's nice to touch. So now that's done, let's look at this in the dark. It's amazing. It's blurry. There we go. Look at this. Look how bright it is. I cannot believe how amazing it looks. I've got a tiny bit on her ponytail at the bottom that's not meant to be there, but that's okay. This is so bright. This bit of footage hasn't been edited. I haven't increased saturation or anything. This is what it looks like. The lines are crisp. I don't know whether they're looking that crisp on here, but they are. Promise. So this is a still of them, just so you can see without me moving it around. And that glow in the dark one, haven't edited that picture. That's how bright it is. And this is a comparison of what her stigma looked like at the beginning compared to now. I think I prefer it now. Do you? Let me know. And again, this is her just glowing in the dark. I'm so happy with it. My niece is going to love it. We need to package it up, put it back in its box. It's all matte. I think I did spot when editing one bit that was a bit shiny, but it's already been wrapped and given to her, so it will have to stay that way. But what do you think? Do you like it? Did I do a good job? Let me know in the comments. This is my first video on this channel. So, here's the card. She had a matching card to go with it. Subscribe to this channel if you like this video. There's going to be more to come. The next one might be Lego. But this is my first video, so give it a like because it really does help, and subscribe and give it a hype whilst you're here. Check out my other channel, and I really hope to see you in the next one.